Evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk. Tonight, we're going to be interviewing our Dean, Dr. Morris Red, the author of Grace and the CEO of Mind Over Matter. Her Excellency Cairo will be continuing the meeting, and without any further ado, here is Her Excellency Cairo.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Welcome to the GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk. My name is H.E Dakar Eubanks. I'm 25 years old, and I currently serve as the United Nations Youth Civil Society representative, as well as the founder of Cairo Speaks, Cairo Writes, a consulting firm which specializes in executive coaching and enhancing both interpersonal communication skills and executive writing. I offer speech coaching sessions and ghostwriting to busy international leaders and business executives. I'm also reigning Miss Broward County 2020 within the Miss America organization and humbly launched my social impact initiative of unlocking youth leadership potential, which was inspired by a 3-part leadership program that my company Cairo Speaks, Cairo Writes developed. As Miss Broward County and as a trained MC, I host an online news blog in Broward County titled Uplifting News, which provides uplifting, bite-sized content. Please visit my website at cairospeaks.com to view more information about the services I offer, as well as to set up a consultation for all of your editing and coaching needs. I am so excited to be here today, or this Tuesday evening, because I have someone who is very near and dear to my heart on the line, Dr. Morris Red, who is one of our moguls, or men of GODSU unlocking leadership successfully. Having worked side by side with Dr. Red, I can definitely attest to the amazing quality that he's able to share with many of the people he works with as a mindset matter coach, as well as within the realm of GODSU. So without further ado, I would love to be able to properly introduce him with his biography. Born in the industrial metropolis of Dayton, Ohio, and having grown up in the enterprising shadows of the Los Angeles entertainment industry, Dr. Morris Red's entrepreneurial spirit grew from a synergized exposure to invention and inventiveness. Very early in life, he learned that good business was not so much about salesmanship, but more about relationships and influence. Dr. Red used that wisdom to propel successful education and service. He earned a bachelor's degree in education from the University of the District of Columbia, a special education certificate from the Catholic University of America, a seminary certificate from the Spirit of Faith Bible Institute, and an honorary doctorate from Global Ovid Seminary and University. He has worked in sales, the nonprofit arena, education, and has served in ministry over the past 20 years. From working with children, families, educators, and executives, Dr. Red has determined that his most rewarding experiences have come from those in which he has made spiritual impact in the lives of the people he has served. This comfort has led Dr. Red to serve as a mentor to youth across the country and become a transformational life coach to the world. He is also Dean of Global Ovid Seminary and University. Dr. Red, do we have you on the line at this time? I think His Excellency Dakar may need to assist us right now to make sure that Dr. Red is able to be heard. Dr. Red, are you? Okay, we want to make sure that Dr. Red is first able to hear the elevating, the edifying words that I just shared with him, as well as be able to share his own journey as well. Dr. Red, are you able to hear me at this time?
Yes, I can hear you. I heard you. I was muted, but I'm here. Thank you, Mr. Cairo, for that inspiring introduction. To God be the glory. It's nothing on me. Peace and blessings to everybody, Chancellor, GODSU family, audience members. I'm grateful for this opportunity to share with everybody this evening.
Woohoo! I love hearing there are times in which, we are making sure that we're staying as connected as possible at this time. Sometimes, there's a little bit of technical difficulty, but guess what? We made it happen. So without further ado, the first question I have for you is, what is the journey that has led you to become a mindset specialist?
Well, the short answer is I thought about it. But seriously, after personal retrospection and divine revelation, basically, I realized that I've been willfully complicit with every single thing that happened in my life, wins and the lessons. I never call them losses. Through much of that, I allowed circumstances basically to dictate my outcomes, but I didn't have to. And when I realized that, that's when everything changed. Being under Apostle Dr. Mike Friedman at Church D.C. and Spirit Faith Institute education, my God's education, and my personal studies, God revealed to me basically that whatever I do, I have control over, and whatever happens to me, I have control over. The Bible says, the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, the truth is established. So as I studied, and I kept seeing it over and over and over in the Bible, that God gave us authority, He gave us dominion. We have power. We are more than conquerors. All those different things started to resonate finally after years and years of hearing it. I actually decided, okay, it's time to apply it. And that wasn't all, though, Cairo. I knew I had a brain, and I knew I was pretty smart, but I recognized that all along I had been downloading basically the wrong information. How sometimes we know what's good and what's bad for us. We know, what's right and wrong, of course, and we don't stray far from that. But a lot of times we do kind of just let ourselves, accept things that we know we shouldn't accept. And so when I read Romans 12:2, which is my company is based off of, be not be conformed to the world, to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, I knew right then that was a game changer for me. So that was a long answer, but in a nutshell, that's what happened.
No, it's absolutely welcome. Thank you so much for sharing all that you did. You know what is so beautiful about what you shared? I love my favorite thing that you said, one of my favorite things, was talking about some of the wins and some of the lessons. I think that there needs to be a shift in many perspectives. Instead of thinking of them as failures or as losses, we can think of them as lessons. And I think that that's absolutely true. So, what is an example of a mindset that you had to overcome personally, and what did you do to overcome it? What was the process that you went through?
Well, the most critical mindset that I had to shape was the victim mindset that I got in the midst of a lot of craziness that happened primarily between 2016 and late 2016, early 2017. That was a peak of my battling autoimmune disorders, losing my father to cancer, have some challenges in my marriage, and some differences with one of my contractors. I knew depression was real and wasn't going to let myself go there. So I knew I had to change the way that I saw things. And basically, I thought about it, and I decided to control and direct my thinking. So to overcome it, what I did was I did a lot of praying, and I did a lot of praising. I gave God all the glory. I chose to brush off my shoulders, and I stopped reflecting on the things that I couldn't control, which was the past, because it had already happened. And, I look at things, you know the expression, carpe diem?
Absolutely. Seize the day.
Absolutely. So I decided to seize the day and let the past stay there and let tomorrow take care of itself, like the Bible says in Matthew 6:34. Tomorrow will take care of tomorrow. So I made a conscious decision that I would not be a passenger anymore, but I was going to finally take the wheel. And from now on, I took responsibility for my role in the chaos that I had permitted and the time that I moved on. So I did.
That's so well said. And you just said about taking responsibility. I think that it takes a lot of courage to look in the mirror and take accountability for actions or lack of actions that we take, right? I feel as though there's so many people in the world who feel as though they want to sort of blame a certain situation that they've experienced in the past on someone else. And not to say that their feelings aren't valid, but we have to take accountability and see where we can be able to play into changing the script for ourselves, shifting where we are right then and there. So if you had, let's say, a model to live by, what would that model be in terms of mindset shifting, and why? Why that model or that mantra?
My motto is your truth, or your thoughts is your truth. And, I press that, that whatever we think, whatever we imagine, everything starts in imagination. Everything that we look around and see, every invention, even every creation of God, it started off as a thought. And so that's powerful to me to know that everything is not anything that did not start off as a thought. So if everything starts off as a thought and we learn to control our thoughts, then we can learn to control our truth, our reality, whatever that is going to be based on how we think, how we see things, our perspective, how we process, and the decisions and stuff we make accordingly. So that's my motto that I live by. Again, my thoughts is my truth.
I love that. My thoughts are my truth. And it's so important that we remember that, and we remember that we actually can take ownership of our thoughts, right? So they usually say that sometimes you can't control the first thought that you have, but you can make a decision to be consciously aware of the second thought that you have, right? So let's say that you had a negative thought. You say, oh, I can never do this, right? You can easily say, wait a second, I just realized what I just thought. Is that true? And that's something that is definitely shared in coaching, and I know that both coaching and realm, so that's something that is brought up time and time and again. And speaking of coaching, why is it important, in your opinion, to be coached? Why should everyone have a coach?
Excellent question. So in his book, The Prophet, a gentleman named Khalil Gibran, he wrote, "No man can reveal to you aught but that which already lies implicitly in the dawning of your knowledge." Basically, coaches help people recognize, realize, and crystallize, as well as capitalize on that person's inherent talents and traits, things that they already have, that God already left them for. So what I do, I take my clients through journeys of discovery and breakthroughs. Coaches are important because we see what people don't see in themselves, and we guide them from unfulfilled potential to unimaginable possibilities. Like on the court, in the boardroom, with relationships and life, people need coaching. Michael Jordan, let's take him for example. One of the best to ever play in the NBA. I think that's irrefutable. I won't say he's the best because I know people have different opinions, but he is definitely one of the best. And it wasn't until his talents met up with Phil Jackson's Zen-like that unimaginable possibilities founded for Michael as well as for the Chicago Bulls. And the Bulls, in a century span, they won 6 NBA championships between 1991 and 1998. That was all, of course, great talent, but it was unfulfilled until some great coaching came into play. So with anything, in any endeavor, I think coaching is important, whether you're an executive, whether you're a student, an athlete, somebody just going through things in your life. Coaches kind of are able to step aside, see you from the outside, and identify some things, and help you to help people identify and realize their potential, through barriers that they may not see. Being
Absolutely. I think that was so well said. As coaches, we are trained to be able to pick up on in language or the body language, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, to be able to really assist and support our clients to achieve the goals that they want. And I love that, transforming from just thinking about it being, potential that's unfulfilled to actually being able to see the possibilities that they never would have thought was possible had there not been someone to sort of guide them or coach them through that experience. So I love that. And this is the GODSU Tuesday Icon Talk, and so we only bring in icons of their particular subject matters and fields. And so I want to ask you, as an icon, how do you define what it means to be an icon?
Oh, well, first, thank you for calling me an icon. That's a considerable compliment, and I appreciate that. Now, icon, by definition, is somebody who does really well in their area of expertise, and they're widely known for that. To me, however, an icon is an unsung hero. Everyone doesn't know him, but many feel his or her impact. That's what an icon is to me, and so I again appreciate that you noted me as one. I kind of fit in that definition. Somebody that fits in the background for the most part, and try to make an impact in each individual's life that I come across. So an icon is, we like acronyms. So an icon is an inconspicuous character of nobleness. And this week's Teach and Pray leader, for instance, Dr. Willis, is a great example of that.
Love that. I was actually writing that down as you were speaking. Okay, so an icon stands for inconspicuous character of nobleness. Dr. Red, you always hit it out of the park with these acronyms. I love your acronyms, and I love the way in which you put things, which you share your knowledge. So thank you so much for doing that. The last question I have for you is, how can we get in touch with you?
Well, for a free consultation or just contact me, you can email me at mindovermatteru, the letter U, at gmail.com. Or you may reach me in my office number at 561-501-3640. And also weekly, I'm on Instagram and YouTube, and I will be also featured starting Monday, May 4th on YouTube. And on Instagram, it's at mindovermatteru, or you can also find me at Morris Red, both on Instagram. And on YouTube, I believe that's Mind Over Matter You also. I have to double check that. But if you call me or email me or just follow me on Instagram, you'll get that information from YouTube. And I wanted to just say something real quick, if you don't mind. So at Mind Over Matter Universal, we help renew our clients' mindsets for optimal operation. Just to give everybody an idea of what we do, by way of mental exploration. So we help people identify and assess their limiting beliefs, fears, their fallacies that have basically sabotaged their successes in one area of their lives or another. So we work with individuals, couples, families, students, executives, and organizations. And I'm proud to be a GODSU alumni. I would be delighted to work with any of my fellow alumni or any of the wonderful guests in line. And I know that by getting you to change your thoughts, we can help you change your truth. Thank you for that opportunity, and I look forward to, speaking with you and continue to work with you, Excellency. You are an inspiration. I think anybody who's ever seen young, your sister is an inspiration as well, and of course your parents, your brothers. I thank you all for opportunity to speak to this audience and hope that I can continue to serve in any capacity to not only university, but individuals in their own lives as well.
Dr. Red, you truly embody the term servant leader. I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing what you did. And you have such a remarkable story for anyone who listens to your story and how you become a mindset matter coach and expert would just be able to be floored by. I mean, you are absolutely incredible. So we just want to thank you so much for being on the Tuesday Icon Talk. And we look forward to having you on Wow Wednesday for uplifting news tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I cannot wait to be able to ask you, alongside my co-host Dan, to be able to ask you how you're uplifting others and staying uplifted at this time. So without further ado, thank you again, Dr. Red, and I'm going to transition over now to our Chancellor, Dr. Diane Moore Eubanks.
Well, this has been a wonderful Tuesday talk. One of my favorite global workers of God is Dr. Morris Red. And I want to let everybody know that in the next year, I think anywhere from 8 months to a year, Dr. Red will be His Excellency. We do about maybe one Goodwill Ambassador per year, and we do it based on someone who daily helps with GODSU. There are many of you who help, every couple minutes, every couple minutes per week, but Dr. Red works in GODSU every single day. So we look forward to him becoming a Goodwill Ambassador. Right now he's designated His Excellency, but he'll be fulfilling that because he would have completed 2 years of continuous back to GODSU, and it is so well deserved. So that's all I wanted to say. And that's congratulations, His Excellency, Dr. Morris Red. At this time, I'm going to pass it over to the co-MC, the MC extraordinaire, the Dakar Marketing Tools. Here he is.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And at this time, I wanted to highlight all the outstanding workers of GODSU. And these outstanding workers of God did not want it to be limited to 12 people. And they worked so well last week that we now have a top 20 for our 20 for 20. So want to highlight, we see a few of them are on the line at this moment. So at this time, do have our Dean, Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman. I wanted to have him give us a brief introduction of his business. And at this moment, that's our Dean, Reverend Dr. Joseph Hickman, and he was our public relations, did public relations for GODSU. So at this time, please give us an introduction.
Well, thank you, His Excellency Dakar, for this moment. We are grateful to God, and thank you for the platform that GODSU provides, not only for intellectual and spiritual enlightenment, but also to share business and marketing tools as well as strategies. My wife and I are co-partners in a global consulting.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, Dr. Hickman, are you with us? Sounds like you got muted.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's a great opportunity for me should I start from the very beginning? Or did you hear some of it?
Yes, we heard you until I cut you off. that we couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay, no problem. So it stands for Joy and Hope Global Consultancy, and we've been in business over 20 years providing strategic planning, development, funding sources, cybersecurity, as well as water development in some of the two-thirds world countries. It's our way of giving back. We're going to be phasing down our Healthy Foods One because of the cost of doing business. But God has been good. Some of my clients don't want us to give up the business, and so we're going to continue at least for another 2 years or so. But our passion is to make greater impact in our world and to utilize the skills that God has given to us and the experiences. It's very timely that Her Excellency Cairo and Dean Red were so appropriate this evening because it challenges us in these very difficult times. I can be reached at jhglobalconsultancy@gmail.com. My number is 201-280-4125. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and some of my nieces and nephews that are 5 and 7 years old are trying to get Uncle Joe to go a couple of other new social techniques. I don't know, but they're going to bring me jumping and screaming. All right. God bless. Thank you for that time.
Yes, thank you for your time as well. And at this time, I see we have Dr. Alicia Young Eubanks. At this time, can you please give us a brief introduction? Oh, also I want to mention.
Good afternoon.
Yes, and also I wanted to mention that she provided protective equipment for GODSU as we're going through COVID-19 social distancing, and she is the director of Hope House and Veterans Facility. So yes, thank you. Please continue.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's definitely Dakar. I thank you and His Excellency Cairo as well. You guys are doing an amazing job. I am I've done the chaplaincy program with Global Overday Seminary School, and I plan on broadening my horizons with you guys a little more in the near future. I am the director of Hope House, where we house veterans who suffer from substance abuse, PTSD, homelessness. And I would like to also add that I've also extended Hope House as of yesterday. So not only am I providing services for veterans, but I'm also housing youth at this time. So I am considered a foster parent. So I look forward to working with the youth and curtailing some of their behavior so that they can become productive citizens and just getting them focused on what their gifts and talents are so they can use those as well.
Awesome. And can you let us know how we can get in contact with you?
Yes, I can be reached at 786-633-7496, or I can be emailed at HOPEHOUSEMIA@gmail.com, and Hope House stands for Hold On Hang In.
Awesome. Thank you. And at this time, wanted to have our Dean, Reverend Dr. Anne Marie Wilkinson, who is the CEO of Shop Fashion Focus, and she helped GODSU with public relations. So at this time, please give us an introduction.
Thank you so much again, His Excellency Dakar. I would just like to share real briefly about my business, Shop Fashion Focus. It's an online business. We focus on women's apparel and accessories, such as pocketbooks and jewelry, and then scarves, anything that's different. We focus on those things because people like to see themselves different. They don't like to see the same item on something that someone else is wearing, even though we know there's nothing new under the sun. So there's always going to be one thing that looks like something similar. But that's basically what I do. I also personalize and fixing people's closets. We doing their clothing. They may have something I can take that one item and turn it into something different. People like to look different, so I have an eye for fashion, and I've been like this pretty much all my life, I would say. You can reach me on shopfashionfocus.com, or you can also reach me at 301-503-4227. Also, Anne-Marie, ANNMARIE_Will at yahoo.com. Thank you.
Thank you. And I see we have our Assistant Dean, Reverend Vicki Farmer Stokes Chaplain, and she's the CEO and founder of Sister for Sister Gathering, and she helped GODSU last week with public relations. Please give us a brief introduction.
Good evening, everyone. This is Vicki Stokes. I am the CEO of Sister to Sister Gathering. It's a coaching, mentoring, and discipleship. The scripture that we use is iron sharpens iron, and it's important for me to reach back and help another sister make it over and assist her in realizing that she does not have to go through various issues alone, that we can share our testimony and that it will encourage and help others. You can reach me on Facebook at Sister to Sister Gathering. We have a Facebook page there, and of course email at sistertosistergathering@yahoo.com, and that's how you can reach me.
Awesome, thank you. And we also wanted to have our guest of the night, our Dean, Dr. Morris Red Chaplain, CEO of Mind Over Matter Coaching, and he helped guide you with project management. So at this time, please give us another introduction for those that just joined and how we can contact you.
Sure. Thank you, His Excellency Dakar. So again, my company is Mind Over Matter Universal. We are a transformational coaching business company that assists people in changing the way that they think. I'm the CEO, the coach of exceptional opportunities, and I can be reached at Mind Over Matter U, the letter U, at gmail.com. You may also call 561-501-3640. And I encourage you and invite you to follow me on Instagram at Mind Over Matter U, or Instagram at Morris Red, as well as on YouTube starting Monday, May 4th. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And at this time, I'm going to read out the remainder outstanding GODSU workers of last week. So with public relations assistants, we have our Reverend Designate Dr. Lethea Davis Chaplain, who is the CEO of Key Advisor Grace Design and Women Christian Organization. We have our Dr. Karis Monroe Chaplain, who is the founder and CEO of Fabulous Home International, and she helped with GODSU Junior Ambassador Mentorship. We have our Assistant Dean, Dr. Grace Ekpeng-Yong, and she helped with public relations. She's the founder of Janet Foundation. And we have our Minister Alicia Moses Armstrong Chaplain, CEO of Agape Love Treasures, and she helped with public relations. We have our spokesperson, our Vice Provost, Her Excellency Dr. Renee Allen, the CEO of Radio and TV, and host, advocate, and activist for women and families. We have the lovely lady you just heard, Her Excellency Cairo, Director of GODSU Junior Ambassador Program and CEO of Cairo Speaks, Cairo Writes. Our Dean, Dr. Frazier of Personal Development at GODSU, helped with fundraising for GODSU, and he's the CEO and founder of PNC. Okay. We have our Dean, Dr. Patricia McDougall Chaplin, the CEO of Patricia's Professional Photography, LLC, and she helped GODSU with photography, videography, and public relations. Our singing chaplain, Reverend Dr. Leo Pickett. He serves at GODSU as the Assistant Dean of Music, and he is the CEO of Leo's Worship and Praise. He helped GODSU with public relations. Our Assistant Dean, Dr. Edna Harvin Battle Chaplain, is the CEO of Gen J Consulting and helped GODSU with public relations. Our Chief Procurement Officer, Dr. Emmanuel Irono Chaplain, is the President and CEO of Motair Services and the Chairman of TIS Foundation. He helps with preparing GODSU procurement project. Our Dean, Imam Dr. Talib Sharif Chaplain, is the CEO and Imam is the President and Imam at Nations Mosque, and he helped GODSU with preparing the Islamic chaplaincy. And also, last but not least, I wanted to highlight our Junior Ambassador, Sudan Eubanks, the CEO of Sudan Dolls, and she helped GODSU with social media consulting, and wanted to have her give us a brief introduction and how we can contact her.
Hi, I'm Sudan Eubanks. I help with GODSU social media such as LinkedIn and Instagram. I own Sudan Dolls, apps and games, where I have diverse dolls of various cultures for all ethnicities and diverse backgrounds. I'm also the co-host of Uplifting News, where we say positive news stories to uplift you every day, starting next week at 9 a.m. You can contact me on my social media, Uplifting News, my Facebook page, Uplifting News 2020, and also my other Facebook, my personal one, which is Sudan Eubanks, SUDAN EUBANKS. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And those were very outstanding workers of God. And if you want to be included next week and given a shout out, please give your 20 minutes to GODSU for this week, and we will highlight you next week this time. This has been yours truly, His Excellency Dakar, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.